Hi, it's Miles Red Songbird, Miles Red Birdsong in New York City. The name of this video is God is Stalking Adam's Eve. This is Adam. When he was a little boy, 6 years old, I was his babysitter. I was 10 years old. One day he told me, I'm going to marry you. And I said, marry you? That's not possible because I'm older than you are. And I was also thinking, when he grows up, he won't want to marry me. Because my mother had set me up to believe, because she didn't want me, because she tried to abort me to kill me, that I was worthless. So why would this perfect little boy, and he did look perfect to me, and he behaved perfectly to me, and to me he was perfect. He was so perfect it never occurred to me that he had a crush on me. But anyway, his name was Calvin Lewis, and he lived next door to me. His mother was a teacher, his father was a dentist. And one day we didn't have any food, and my mother was at work, and so was my stepfather. So I said to my sister, let's go next door and get some food from Calvin. And we went in there, and I said, Calvin, can we make pancakes? And he said, yes. So we made pancakes, and we ate pancakes, and we had food. And I was very happy. But what happened was, Calvin grew up, and he's Michael Buble. I can tell by the pictures. I saw him singing, let's see, what's the name of it? You Don't Know Me. That's the name of the song. You don't know the one who dreams of you each night, who longs to kiss your lips and to hold you tight. If only something how the one who loves you don't know me. So I saw Michael Buble sing the song, and I said, oh my God, that's Calvin, and he's talking to me. How is this possible? But that's what happened. So Michael Buble, you can tell he's a little rejected boy. Look how sad he looks. And see, he's just so sad. Calvin was so sad. Okay, look at him, so sad. And, and that happened. And he was singing to me on a record. And okay, so that happened. Now this is Calvin as Michael Buble, and he's doing this hand sign. And when I was in India, I was the master, secretary. Well, I kept his appointments. So this one disciple asked me if he could have an extra meeting with the master. The master was Charan Singh, Jesus Christ. We didn't know, the disciples didn't know he was Jesus Christ, but I knew he was God. And I could tell, I could feel him. So he asked me this disciple asked me if he could have another appointment, a special appointment to talk to the master, Charan Singh. So I asked him, somehow I got the message to him and asked him if the guy could have another appointment with him, and he said yes. So when I came out of the office, I saw the guy at a distance, and I did that, which meant, okay, your appointment's all set. So the next day, the master said, how come he didn't show up? And I said, oh, he didn't show up. I don't understand. So I said, why didn't you show up to see the master? He said, I thought you said no. Oh my God. So then later the master said, in another context, there are no shortcuts on this path. This is me giving him an okay signal was a shortcut to me going over to him and saying, you have an appointment scheduled to see the master. Okay, so that happened. And then the other thing that happened, when my son was born, Sing Birdsong, who his father, Edwin Birdsong, hounded me for him. When are you getting pregnant? And then and when we got a house, after we had been married for 5 years, I got pregnant. We had been living in a studio apartment in Chelsea in Manhattan. And where was the baby going to be? You see, so unconsciously I didn't let myself get pregnant. But as soon as we moved into a house in Hollis, Queens, I got pregnant. And the baby's name was Sing Birdsong. And when he came out, I said, oh my God, I was overjoyed and I was amazed and I was astounded. And I didn't even know why. But I was. And all this life, Sing has commanded such awe, such respect for me and others, just like a god. And then when I was in the psych ward in Beth Israel, or Mount Sinai, I think it was Beth Israel, Sing came to me with Charan Singh, my personal spiritual guide, in their spirit form, but it looked just like regular human forms, but it was spirit forms. And he said to me, I've come to help you through this. I didn't know what he meant, but I got into bed, and he said, hold, because Charan Singh didn't say anything. He was just standing there with him, vouching for him. Singh is a projection of Charan Singh, who is Jesus Christ, the 20th century. I didn't realize he was Jesus Christ until he had passed away, until he transitioned. And I said, oh my God, Charan Singh was Jesus Christ, you know. So this night I was in the bed. He may have told me to hold on to the sides of the bed and not let go. I think he did. And so the bed began to sway like a hammock, very high, like it was going to turn over. And then to the other side, like it was going to turn over. But it didn't turn over, and I held on. And I didn't yell or anything. And then water was coming up from the floor. And I didn't know how much it was going to come up, if it was going to, get to the bed. And I didn't go there, though I didn't do any imagining. I stayed in the present and held on to the sides of the boat, of the bed, whatever it was. It was a bed, but I'm saying, whatever, metaphorically speaking, it was a boat. And so I guess it was a boat, like Noah's Ark. And I held on to it. And eventually it stopped, and they went away. There were a lot of demons in that hospital, because I went to the level of insanity. And that's where the demons are, insanity. So one night I was sitting at a telephone, and they were advancing toward me, and I knew they were going to kill me if I fell asleep. So I tried to call Michael, my husband. He didn't want to talk to me. And so then this guy comes out in a wheelchair, a black guy, and he talked all the time. So this night he talked all the time and kept talking and kept me awake until the demons went away. So he saved my soul, whoever he was. All right, now what else? And Sing is the kind of person that comes when you need him, but he's not there for you to take for granted, always in your life. And, when I had breast cancer, he was there for me. He brought me some Elvis Fitzgerald, Miles Davis tapes, so I could sit still during radiation, because I always had trouble sitting still. And he was there when I came out of anesthesia. Like I said, he's a projection of Jesus Christ, my son, Sing Birdsong is. And so this picture, he's on his way to California to be with his father, and he came to the homeless shelter where I was to take a picture with me. And so that's what we did. Is there anything? Oh, he was Jagat Singh, the saint in India, where he was a master. My personal spiritual guide's master was Sawan Singh, who was my husband and still is my husband, 37 years. But Jagat Singh, let's see how that works. Jagat Singh, oh, I know what happened. Jagat Singh, Sing Birdsong, was the master who appointed Charan Singh master. And he knew Charan Singh didn't want to be master. So he went on and transitioned. And then Charan Singh went to the funeral where they were going to burn his body, Jagat Singh's body. And a little girl said, "There's the master." A little young girl, "There's a new master." And that's how we found out he was the master. And because he said when he was driving to the Dara, to the funeral, to the cremation, the sky lit up and he knew that Jagat Singh had left. He knew it, and he didn't even get his darshan, which is the bliss you feel when you have eye contact with the master. Okay, so, Singh, so what am I saying? I'm saying, did I tell you that Calvin, that Michael Buble, who was Calvin, wasn't kidding about marrying me. He was a projection. Who's he a projection of, Gorinda Singh or Charan Singh? Jesus Christ. Michael Buble, who was little Calvin Lewis, is a projection of Jesus Christ. Now, I don't quite know how that works because Adam, he's Adam, the self-created ape. So, I don't know. I guess he evolved and became a projection. But that's what I know. He's a projection of Charan Singh or Gorinda Singh. So he's God, in other words, Jesus Christ. So Jesus Christ proposed to me when I was a kid, and he was a kid. You see, he proposed to me 4 times, Michael Buble, in writing, since I've been an adult. So, because it's the ape grown into a man, into a God-man, who wants to reunite with Eve, who came to the earth to be with him when he self-created and found he was alone, all by myself, don't want to be. He didn't want to be all by himself. And so she felt sympathy for him. She felt him all the way in the high heavens and came down to the level of the ear, the earth, the heart, and was with him. And he was an animal, so he beat and raped and hurt and all that. So it has taken all these years for Adam to evolve into a human being, and it has taken all these years for Eve to have gotten the courage to deal with the animals, because Eve is the mother of the earth. And so she has to deal with her children who are animals, just like she has to deal with her children who are light, like Singh. Okay, I hope I'm clear. What else? Gorinda Singh is Jesus Christ just at this time, the 21st century. And he's a rock star also. He's Jesus Christ, he's the Buddha, he's Santa Claus. He's, Eve is Mrs. Santa Claus. And he is, and she's also his wife. And, he was, let me see, can I remember all the people he was? George Harrison, the Beatle. He was Ricky Nelson. He was Billy Eckstine, Luther Vandross, projection of Barry White and Michael Bolton, Sir Paul McCartney. Yeah, that's right, Sir Paul McCartney. Did I say it was George Harrison? That's wrong. Michael Buble was George Harrison, the Beatle. He was Paul McCartney, the songwriter of the Beatles. Okay, so let me do some reading before I run out of time. I didn't know I was going to do all this talking. Minnow, my nickname, sounds like Minnow. Mild Red, Eve, Mary's mother. Corinne Beatrice Crowder. Louder with Crowder, the Stephen Crowder show. It was John Rolfe, one of the earliest settlers in Jamestown. He imported tobacco, which I used for years, and it helped me because I was a very nervous person. Can you imagine light being on a planet of the apes? It was terrifying. Mary's mother tried to abort her, as she had aborted her brother, Sarwan Singh. her master. But she didn't know he was her master. That's how they get us to do karma. We're unconscious of the ramifications of what we do. But she heard bells. Her mother heard bells. And they grew louder. She said her ears rang like dinner bells. So she gave up on trying to kill Mildred, Eve. But when Eve was 4 years old, her mother told her she'd never wanted her, that she tried to kill her, and that when she was born, she rejected her because she was too light. I was shamed. I'm the her. I was shamed. That began my quest to justify my existence. My parents didn't want me born. So how can I want me born? You see the problem? Okay. The truth is a light. Eve Minnow Mildred is true energy. She is a daughter, the star of the sun. So said he to her. To me, he said, you are my star. You are my star, because he is my star. My father is my star, the sun. She is a source of energy on the earth. She is Eve, mother of the earth. Earth decoded. Eve, energy, art, heaven. The earth's energy is the art of the high heavens. And maybe the earth's energy is the art of this heaven on earth too. What does this say? Michael Buble, Eve's atom, creates and communicates songs and videos, video art, which has sustained her since, sincerely speaking, she heard Buble as Elvis Presley sing Love Me Tender. Please don't step on my blue suede shoes. Don't be cruel to a heart that's true. I don't want no other love. You're the only love I'm dreaming of. So Buble, Elvis Presley sang that to Eve. He sang to her as Sinatra. New York, New York. He put the bug in her to go to New York. As Sam Cooke, what does it take to win your love? I know. A change is going to come. That's the sound of the men working on a chain gang. I used to pass a chain gang on the road in Clarksville, Tennessee. I would see the men working on a chain gang. As Jesse Belvin, good night, my love. Pleasant dreams and sleep tight, my love. May tomorrow be sunny and bright. Bring you closer to me. Now, Jesse Belvin got into the act with Edwin Birdsong and Stevie Wonder because Stevie Wonder was Robin Birdsong, Edwin and Michelle's daughter. And that's Edwin Birdsong's picture on the cover of their album, What It Is. He said to me, Jesse Belvin, Steve and I, we have the same favorite singer as Jesse Belvin. So there was God getting into the act, even with Stevie Wonder and Edwin Birdsong and me. I tell you, stalking me. And Michael Buble was George Harrison. Now, he really was like me. He wore those clothes of the 1960s. He had a guru, like I had a guru. And I could really relate to George Harrison and his song, My Sweet Lord, oh, my Lord, I really want to see you. I really want to be with you. I really want to see you, Lord, but it takes so long, my Lord. And I bought the whole album just to hear that song. And Edwin was a part of the, what was the name of that booking agency? It was a John Morris, William Morris booking agency. So they got us free tickets to go to George Harrison concert for Bangladesh. Bob Dylan was there. Everybody was there. Stevie Wonder was in the audience. He stood up and said some words. It was a great event of the 60s. And he sang that song. Howard S. Ptolemy, Gary Bird. Oh no, this goes over here. Let's go up here first. 20th century Jesus Christ, now her baby inside her womb. Talking about Charan Singh. He's been, Jesus Christ, he's been stalking her to keep her spirits alive, and she keeps the world alive. What is that? As their source of Einstein mind, Evangeline, the astrologer, the interpreting the stars and planet design. So it barely works. No, then you go over here and you say, Howard as Ptolemy, Gary Bird messed up astrology, so it barely works to help Earth dwellers understand the right time to make a move anymore, unless you find an astrologer who does Babylonian astrology or Indian astrology. Charan Singh, Jesus Christ, Santa Claus, guided his wife, Mary, Mrs. Santa, to That's Me, Eve, My Red Bird Song, to create Talk and Share, so people can do what they feel. In other words, you can't depend on the stars anymore to guide your movements like they used to be able to do it before Ptolemy messed it up and made it all mathematics instead of observation of the heavens. So now Charan Singh and Mild Red Birdsong have a system called Talk and Share where you can get to what you feel, and then you can do what you feel. And that's also a way to be able to move and be sure that you're doing the right thing. Now criminals are, so she got Talk and Share and do what you feel. Now